What's up, guys? So I had just a little brief discussion in the comment section with a subscriber, but I wanted to kind of elaborate on this because I'm no Mark Ripito, but I'm kind of the 5x5 guy. I like 5x5. I think it's a great system as far as like just easy to follow, make good progress, kind of a little bit of size, a little bit of strength all together. And then you can manipulate it after that, building the base. But, asked what was my response to people saying 5x5 is bad because the first two-ish sets are junk volume, especially if you start fairly low.
Well, that's stupid.
Of course, like I said, I'll bench their squats and prove to them otherwise. But, so the thing with 5x5s, and I always recommend starting low, is it junk volume? If you are purely seeking hypertrophy, perhaps the case could be made that it's, like if you're doing 5x5 with 60%, especially if you're just doing 5x5 with no AMRAPs. I like to add an AMRAP on the last set personally, but like you're probably not going to get any effective reps unless you went to like a 30-second rest period or something like that. But if you just traditional, we're just speaking traditional 3 to 5 minute rests.
Snorlax, rest!
So it's not, but the thing is, you're starting low to prime yourself to build up, okay? It's not where you start, it's where you finish. And if you're going to add 5 pounds a week, 10 pounds a week, whatever lift, whatever the case may be.
Do sets of 5, and you add 5 pounds, and you do sets of 5, and you add another 5 pounds, and you do sets of 5 until that stops working.
Those first few sessions, however long it takes, however big jumps you're making, they're really getting you primed up for, the following session, following block, until it does get hard. And now, while they may not be stimulating hypertrophy, if you're doing a 5x5 with 60%, assuming you're applying force throughout those lifts and not just sandbagging them all, you're creating some stimulus there. Your body's adjusting to it. Neurologically, you're creating some stimulus and making way for progress and changes to get stronger and load more weight. And obviously, we know you can't linearly go on forever. So as such, 4 weeks in, 8 weeks in, however, like I said, whatever jumps you're making, however long you're dragging it out, you're going to start getting to a point where, damn, now set 5, it's pretty tough to finish. So you're starting to get some effective hypertrophy-inducing reps, a month in or something like that. You get 2 months in, and holy fuck, now, maybe, even that first set of 5, if you're at a weight that you can do, say for a set of 8, and that's all you got, well, that first set of 5, you're kind of 3 reps away from failure, give or take on a given day, because that fluctuates too. Maybe that last rep is an effective rep there. And then, sets 2, 3, 4, 5, progressively, you're getting closer and closer to failure again. And, maybe set 5, you're getting all 5 of them are kind of like, ooh, man, that was tough to get through. So don't disregard early on, especially some of these things are junk volume, because by the time you get to the end of whatever trying to block you've created, that's where the magic in these things lie. Personally, I probably, if I had somebody whose goal was purely hypertrophy and they at least had some semblance of, prior training, and that's all they were going for at this point was hypertrophy, I don't think a 5x5 is probably going to be the most effective way. I don't think a lot of people are going to disagree with that. But in terms of, building strength and hypertrophy, it can be a tool. It's not something you want to run forever, unless you do want to run forever. I made a video on how to do that. You can go check out. I probably put a video card at the front of this video on that. But no, they're not. It's junk volume depending upon what your goals are, right? If your goal, again, purely hypertrophy, and you don't care so much about getting stronger, maybe 5x5 probably isn't for you. But if you do want to get stronger and, you want to get some hypertrophy as well, who doesn't want to be big and strong, right? Yeah, still start low. I don't dismiss those first couple weeks as not being effective for hypertrophy, because even while it may not technically on that very day be stimulating hypertrophy, you're setting yourself up for the long run. And we know in this game, the long-term gains are where it's at anyway. So don't be afraid. I mean, everybody warms up, right? Even if you're going to, Mike Mincer one all-out set to failure and beyond, you're going to warm up before you get to that set. So I don't, you can, if you want to even look at these 5x5s, even though they're working sets, and we're just getting into semantics now, if you want to call the first 3 sets just warm-up sets, go ahead, and your last 2 sets are the effective ones. That's fine. And like always, I always recommend to almost everybody, go ahead on your last set. And if hypertrophy is your goal, for sure, then go all the way to failure. If you're still strength-based like I am, I would leave 1 in the tank, because we don't want to be doing sloppy reps, but leave 1 or 2 in the tank there. But it gives you something to chase. It makes it more fun. And it will ensure that even when you're starting low at 60% or whatever the case may be, that you're going to get some effective reps in there to help and do some, win you some of them hypertrophies. You know what I'm saying? Peace.